found out my family wasn't my real family. This is something that happened to me a few years ago, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So I grew up in a really tight-knit family. We weren't rich, but we were close. My parents always told me that I was adopted, but I never thought much of it. I was just a kid, and they treated me like their own, so I never felt different. But when I turned 18, I got a letter from a lawyer. Apparently, my biological parents were looking for me. That was the first shocker. I never knew they were out there, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to meet them. But curiosity got the best of me, so I agreed to meet them. When I sat down with my biological mom, she told me something that completely blew my mind. She said, "You were taken from us when you were just a baby. Your real parents are not the ones you think they are." Apparently, my adoptive parents weren't just strangers who took me in. They were the ones who had kidnapped me from my biological family when I was only a year old. I was stolen and raised as someone else's child, and my adoptive parents had been living with this secret for my whole life. They never told me the truth. The craziest part? My biological parents had been searching for me for decades, but the trail was always cold, and they thought they'd never find me. It was an emotional roller coaster. One minute I was angry. The next, I felt heartbroken for my real parents who had lost me. I confronted my adoptive parents, and while they admitted the truth, they claimed they did it out of love. They had wanted to raise me as their own, but I just couldn't forgive the fact that they'd taken me away from my real family. In the end, I've stayed in contact with both my biological and adoptive families. It's been awkward, but I've tried to rebuild those relationships. I still don't know what to make of everything, but I know one thing for sure. The people you think you know best might not always be who they say they are.